then we'll get into an introduction. So
How
let's.
much are we allowed to say, by the way?
What do you mean? How much?
Profanity-wise.
Oh, I'm not limiting anybody. Say whatever. Just be you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just making sure
Nothing
because some stuff like slips out.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't care if you're the most profane person in the history of the world. I don't mind. So don't worry. Just
Gotcha.
again,
I
be
have
you.
a strange affinity for the word cunt. So.
You're fine. You're fine. All right.
Okay.
All right. Welcome everybody to the 4th community podcast. I am here with ACJ Master, myself, Joel, and that Mayo, and go ahead. Actually, you guys go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's go down the list again. AC, you go first.
Alright, hey guys, my name's AC Jam Master. You can call me Ayrton or AC, either way is fine.
Right on. Oh, and actually, I was gonna ask, how did you become part of the podcast?
I became part of the podcast through subscribing to Bulletbarry on Patreon.
Oh, very nice. Okay, Joel, how did you?
I basically subscribed to Bulletbarry on Patreon.
Ah, crap.
Oh no.
No, that's fine, that's fine. What I'm trying to do is get some headphones on because my microphone is actually picking you guys up, and I'm going to have to cut that out later. Okay, yes, and that Mayo, how did you get on here?
Subscribe to Patreon. Everybody else.
So it seems that all three of us have...
Pay to win.
However, that's not necessarily true, now is it? Because Joel actually did not technically subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah.
You did not technically. Now I'm not angry about this, but I really was interested in the story. I'm curious as to. So please tell us how you actually got into this podcast, please.
I can explain how it works.
No. Nobody needs to know how to do it.
No. Basically, a lot of
No.
there's something called socks.
Okay.
And that's kind of like a VPN but more secure. And it says basically, oh, I'm from here. And I think you have to put them into your browser. And for most sites that will happen. You'll have to do that. But there's some sites that are very unsecure. I think I came across a site that had you literally didn't even need a VPN or something. There was no security checks. I tried it and it literally sent me an email saying, sorry, there's not enough cash on your card. It's so insecure. I think it's down now.
And no, and you know what's funny is because I met you first. I had met you a couple times before you even were in Patreon, and I heard your voice, and then you gave me not.
Yep.
He started at $15, right? And then he changed it to 50, and I was like, how did this kid get $50? And then he changed it again to $90.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did this kid get $90? And I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is nuts. I don't know how this kid has so much money. And then he was like, hey, Barry, I have to tell you something. I feel really bad, and it's totally cool if you don't want me in the podcast. And I was like, no, actually, you know what? If it happens again, if someone else does it again, I'm probably not going to let them be in the podcast. But I'm not mad. I was more intrigued than anything else. So, yeah, totally fine. Just
if you can, I'd highly
that's a
recommend
no-no,
doing
guys.
the,
Don't be doing that.
Seeing it, so you have to pay first, or whatever it's called.
Right. I can see that. Okay. So, this is your guys' podcast. Anything you guys want to talk about? You guys, you got it.
Okay.
It's all yours. The floor is yours.
I'm getting an SSD soon, so.
Right on. What are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get a 240 gig SSD from AMD, which my father brought me. So I'm quite happy about that. It's gonna be used as my boot drive.
That's very nice.
And, yeah, and probably for some small games and shit. But
Well, I think I've either received an upgrade or a downgrade, depending on when you see it. But so in my office, I've had this like 1 terabyte laptop hard drive in my room for like about a year now, and let me hold it up real quick here. I think I might actually be. I'm pretty still new to like building PCs and stuff, so I don't know if I'm able to put this in the computer, but will I be able to? Because it's a laptop hard drive, but I have it on a hard drive bay.
I believe.
It should be fine. You shouldn't have any issues. Yeah.
But I would recommend getting like a 2.5 inch to a 3.5.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh, can I
Yeah.
say?
No, yeah, totally fine. I'm curious, ACJ Master, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
Okay, good. Just making sure there was no technical difficulties.
Nah, I'll get on my end.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of SSDs, my father also got me a NVMe SSD. I don't have
What?
an NVMe slot. A PCI.
I'll take it. I have an NVMe slot. I'll take it.
It's literally just sitting on my desk, right next to me.
It could be sitting in my computer right next to me. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd put that thing to work. Wait, what is it? Is it a 250 or is it a 1 terabyte?
Yeah,
What is it?
256.
250?
256. 1 gig reads, I believe.
I don't know what I'd use that for. It was already a pain in the butt already. Oh God, yeah. So it's already been a pain because I just got an SSD.
Oh, yeah.
I had to put everything. I re-downloaded all my programs and put them on my new SSD. It's a 1 terabyte Micron. Yeah. Really good, and I got it for a really good deal too because I got it through the company I work for.
Ah.
It was like $230, and they're normally like $400 for the
Wow.
1 terabyte editions. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's cheap
But,
for a 1 terabyte SSD.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I get that in there, and then none of my programs work anymore. So rendering was a pain. I recorded some 1440p footage normally because that's what I'm liking to get my videos at higher resolutions, and I record the footage, and it's all 60 FPS, and it's beautiful, and I put it into my newly downloaded Sony Vegas Pro 13, and it renders, and it's at like stuttering at 22 FPS, and I was like, why? I just worked on this video all day. Why did that happen? So I had to use old footage, and I spent the entire day just figuring that out. And I don't know if it's still fixed. It works for GTA, but not Assassin's Creed Unity. And I blame the game for that. I don't actually blame my program. But that's been a hassle. I don't think, even if I got another SSD that was faster, I don't think I'd do it again. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. So.
Oh, Barry.
Yes.
Did you hear that Sony Vegas 14 has been released?
I don't care.
Wow.
Is it good? I'll bet it's good.
It's alright. I'm just gonna wait till a torrent comes out for it, Kappa.
I hear you. No, I do hear you.
Yeah.
I actually did for a while.
It's an expensive program.
Yes, it is.
How much is
and,
it?
I think about 750 USD.
The fuck?
Oh,
What?
my God.
Yeah, it's a
Hold
ridiculously
up.
expensive
That's for
program.
Sony Vegas 13 Pro.
I can just download Windows Movie Maker. Okay, that's the best option available for me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, check on the
I
list.
used Camtasia for a little bit first, but
Oh
Camtasia
no,
doesn't actually
600.
let you.
600.
600.
It's not any better. It's still insane.
That's for the 14 Vegas Pro.
Okay,
Jeez.
it's software. It costs more than my graphics card. What the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like Photoshop too. Photoshop is the same. Photoshop is super expensive. What was it?
Yeah.
CS or CC 2014 was 600 or something like that. 500.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're really expensive. You're sitting there like, what are you offering me? This is the exact same as like.
Basically just cracking it.
Yeah. And that's what I did for a little bit. I torrented it to try it out and see if I wanted it. It still wasn't worth the money, and I actually had someone before I even got into YouTube, I had someone gift it to me because they worked at a company where they got a bunch of them. So I got both Photoshop and Vegas for really, really cheap. I think he gave me Vegas, and then Photoshop, he was like $30 and you can have it. I was like, yay, good, I'll do that. It's really cool because when Sony Vegas opens up, it says, welcome, Bulletbarry. I was like, yeah. Or not Bulletbarry, Barry Allen, because he put it in. He thought my last name was Allen, so he was like, Barry Allen. So it says funny. Barry Allen every time. Yeah, it makes me happy. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of like video and stuff, monitors. So I've been like looking for like a new monitor recently, and so like it sounds like a bit outrageous, but like I'm not really. I'm looking for like a 1440p and a 144 hertz monitor. It's 27 inches, but I have not found it anywhere. It might just be me like be bad at like Googling, but I don't know.
I think the Asus Asus ROG Swift is 1440p, and it's a G-Sync monitor as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's like $6,000.
What?
Okay, maybe it's not 6,000, but it's quite an expensive monitor. But I hear G-Sync is actually really good, and I want to give it a shot. But I also want an ultra wide. An ultra wide to go across my desk and then put my 4K on the wall. That's what I really like to do.
Why put your 4K in the wall?
So you can look up and be like,
yeah, I don't know, because I want to look up at it and go, hey, PC Master Race.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me.
Nice.
What are you guys' systems right now? What do you have in your system, AC?
I think you already know what I have in my system. Oh no, I'll start, I guess. I have an i3 4130 at 3.4 gigahertz, which is Haswell. I have an ASRock H81M-HDS, which only has one PCIe slot, which is quite annoying. 8 gigabytes of Kingston RAM, and a R7 260X from Asus.
Very nice.
It's not nice.
I mean, it's a good start. What do you like,
Oh, and I play on a 600p monitor as well, so it works.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
What about you, Mayo?
Well, I got an i5. I'll have to look at the spec real quick here. Oh, here we go. 6500, 3.2 gigahertz, GTX 1070, and a 16, like 2 things of 8 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigs of RAM.
Right on.
Yeah.
And AC?
I haven't. What do you want me to list off? Because I have my full build.
Probably processor, graphics card, RAM. Probably the most important.
Okay, so processor, I have a Core i7 4790K 4 gigahertz. RAM, I have the G.Skill Ripjaw X series, 2 of the 8 gigabyte sticks, and then I have the NVIDIA 1070. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a really nice build.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
And then I have a 500 gigabyte SSD, Samsung with a 1 terabyte hard drive for storage.
Is it the Samsung Pro or is it the 80 Evo? Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's still really nice. Really nice build.
It's,
it
gets the job done.
No, yeah, I'm sure it does. What do you mostly play? What do you play? Anything like really graphics heavy?
Occasionally. Like I mostly play things just like CS:GO and like more competitive games, but occasionally I will mess around on more graphics intensive games.
Very nice.
Well, I've been so I tried CS:GO the other day. Not for me. Cause like immediately, like I'm not sure because I'm bad at video games, but it might just be because I'm bad at CS:GO.
Yeah.
But immediately, like as soon as I the first game I get into, I just like walk 20 feet and just get demolished immediately.
No, yeah, that's exactly how it's
Yeah.
gonna be for the rest of your life. Like you're not gonna get better. Nobody gets better.
You
And I
basically
might.
have to be. You have to like put so many hours in to get decent at CS:GO. It's crazy.
It's one of those. It's actually one of those games that I hated when I first started playing it, and then I started I walked up to a wall and started shooting the gun because I was like, all these guns are inaccurate. These are horrible, and I started shooting at the wall, and it just sprayed all over. And then it's per gun.
Yeah.
Everything is gun to gun in that game. So
God damn it.
New YouTube. New YouTube series right there.
yeah. But you click and depending on the gun, you can fire differently, and it actually did feel kind of nice, the gun mechanics later as you learn them.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying that you can't just jump into it because like a game like The Division,
Yeah.
you jump right into it and you're like the best gunner ever, like just instantly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things where it can feel really good because you got better, but when the gunplay is just something that you need to get better at from the get-go, it can be a turn off.
Yeah.
So
But the big difference is like The Division is an MMO style game, so it's like you get better by getting better guns that do better damage.
Yeah.
CS:GO is a competitive shooter, so it's all about the skill, and in order to do that, they have all the recoil, and so you have to like learn the spray
they're
patterns and
the
shit.
same game. No, they're the same game. Same game.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Same game.
I feel the same way.
No, everyone's gonna be really mad about that. Like,
They're gonna be throwing stuff at the monitor.
All shooters are exactly the same.
all of them,
That's
every
right.
single one.
All of you out there
I
who
think-
play CS:GO, you're just as bad as the people who play Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty and CS:GO are literally the
Yeah,
same.
Black Ops
exactly the
3,
same.
Alpha 1, same thing, you know.
Except for World at War looks better than CS:GO. So.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
No sarcasm whatsoever. Please don't
And
kill me.
as we say this, Barry drops below 5,000 again.
Oh my god, I know. Like, it's over. It's all over. And this is the hidden video that never got uploaded. Okay. So what I usually have done is I have a list set up
Alright.
where I like to ask a little bit of perplexing questions to kind of get our minds rolling a little bit. And I was talking with a friend of mine who kind of believes a little bit that he might be psychopathic. So I'm going to actually run you guys through a psychopath quiz. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
So this is going to test your level of, what kind of, if you're psychopathic or not. Depending on your answers, how fast you answer them, there are only 2 questions.
wait, so
okay?
if I pass, am I a psychopath? Or if I fail, am I a psychopath?
It's all about perspective, buddy.
It's person first.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Everything is psychopath to psychopath.
Okay.
Fucking
Everything
these
is
podcast
person to
titles.
person, psychopathy.
These podcast titles are just flying out, man.
Oh man. All right. Okay. So the first question. Okay. You're on a train, and you're barreling down the track. The brakes are broken, and you see up ahead there are 5 people tied down to the track. Okay. You know that you're gonna hit these people. You're gonna smash them. You're gonna kill every single one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
However, there's a lever right in front of you that you can pull, and you'll veer off to the track right next to you. Okay?
Yeah.
There's one person on that track that you will kill if you do that. Now, do you continue? Do you just not touch anything and let the 5 people die? Or do you pull that lever and you kill just the one? What do you do?
Kill us to one.
Kill the 5 people.
What about you, AC?
Can I shoot the one guy while I'm killing the 5
No.
people?
Oh my god!
Wait, can I say something?
Can it, like, while the front part of the train is on the first track, can I pull the lever so the second part goes on the second
wow.
track and then
Oh
everybody
my
dies?
god!
Just help it, killing
Wait, can I
everybody.
say something?
Oh my god! No, you can't do that.
Alright,
Barry,
I'll just
Barry.
kill the 5 people then. Damn it.
I'll give you my explanation.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Tell me
if
why
I
you,
went with
why you
the
picked-
one person, the 5 people would probably still get run over, because what if the next
No.
train doesn't have-
No.
So that's
You're the only train in history,
Oh.
okay? You're the only train in the entire world, okay?
Would
Do you
if I
let-
went with the one person, would like those 5 people like be able to get? Could I like go after and like get them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd go with
Okay,
the-
let's say this. If you kill the 5 people, the one person gets set free. If you kill the one person, the 5 people get set free.
I'd kill the one person.
See, I just noticed something about this question. I'm being completely serious right now. I'm not joking anymore.
Okay, all right.
I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school my whole
Same.
life. And so I just realized something, and it's a certain thing about like Christian morality comes into this, where it's like, if you let the 5 people died, the 5 people died, right? But if you pulled the lever, even though you're saving 5 people, you're actively killing one person. So
Right, but some could argue that you knew and you had the chance to save those 5, and that in itself, not pulling that lever, is an act of murder.
Exactly. But when I was in Catholic school, I was actually given a kind of thought experiment, and
Yeah.
it was kind of similar to this. And you're in a Nazi, like, Jewish internment camp, and somebody else who's there with you gets taken into a room, and
Okay.
he gets a noose put around his neck, and he's standing on a chair, and a guard tells you, kick the chair out from under him, and only he dies, or don't do it. I will kill him, and then I will kill everybody else in the camp. And the apparent morality, the moral answer, according to the teacher, I'm not saying this is anything having to do with the religion or anything, but according to the teacher, the moral answer is to not kick the chair out, because then you are not actively participating in the murder of anybody.
Okay. All right. So what would
But
you
you are
personally
the
do?
but
I would personally flip the switch and kill the
And
one
kill the
person.
one.
But
Kill the
according to the morality, that would be actively killing the one person, whereas it would be passively killing 5 people.
Okay.
So
So what? So you said you would pull the lever. Joel, you said you would not touch the lever, right?
I said I'd pull the lever.
Or you
so
would? You would pull the lever. And then
Yeah.
Mayo, you said you would.
Yeah. I'll pull the
You said it instantly. You said I'd pull that
Yeah.
lever. Okay.
This is
So-
math.
The next question, I'll tell you guys the answers at the end. The next question. You are on the same train. There are no separate tracks. There are 5 people stuck to the track right in front of you, and you're barreling down the track. There is a man in front of you who has just enough girth that if you pushed him in front of the train, he would die, but he would stop the train and save those 5
that's
people.
so
Would
fucking
you?
unrealistic.
No, I just imagine Fat Bastard from Austin Powers in front of the track.
are we pushing a fucking Jabba the Hutt made out of cement? What the hell?
Oh my god. Okay,
I don't
just
think
go with it.
realistically, I don't think I'm strong enough to push that guy over if
Just
he could
go
stop
with
a
it.
fucking train.
What?
What's the train fetish too? That's what I want to know.
Would you? Okay. Would you push the man, or would you let the train kill those 5 people?
Well, I will push the man.
You would push the man.
I mean, yeah, an awesome.
Yeah, I'd probably push the man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd push the man.
You'd push the man? Okay. So get this. None of you guys are psychopaths. Now here's why. In the first scenario, where you have the chance to pull that lever, a normal person would actually not touch that lever, because the moral thing to do is to not touch that lever. However, a psychopath don't see those people as human lives. They see them as numbers. 5 outweighs 1. They would pull that lever without hesitation. Normally, okay? This isn't generalized. It's again, per person. But normally, they would pull that lever not even thinking twice. However, when it comes to the second, they would not push the man right in front of them, because for some reason, they would have some sort of attachment to that person. And they would see that individual as a person in his life would far outweigh the lives of the people on the track because they are simply numbers, whereas he is an entity. So you guys aren't psychopaths. However, your answers were really interesting, and this definitely was a ton of fun.
For a guy to get that size, he's lived more than any of us ever will. So he's ready to go. He's ready to just
His time's
cease
up.
living. Yeah.
Bear in mind that a train could probably like destroy an entire house. Like,
Right.
like, you know. So he literally must be the size of the Empire State Building.
I think you were taking it a little too seriously.
It's a mercy killing.
Right. Oh my god. Oh man.
Hey, if the train didn't take him, cardiac arrest would.
Cardiac.
Well, this went in a different direction than I thought it would. Oh
Okay.
man.
Barry, I may got some things for you. Just checking the chat.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Thank you very much. I'll be showing everybody who's watching so they know what we're talking about.
One's
Yeah, all the links that we share in the podcast, I'll put them in the description so
oh yeah,
everyone knows. But yeah, thank you for those. Those actually look really good. Do you guys want another one of those?
Sure.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, what's this link? Never seen it before. Completely new to my life.
Okay, that's not going.
Okay, can I put in my portfolio?
Sure.
Oh
yeah.
wow, using mom to learn. Okay, don't go. I just went on the front page and the first thing I saw was some creepy shit. So let's not.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And just in case anyone's curious, because I'm not linking this, he went to Pornhub.
Yeah, Joel linked Pornhub. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, he linked Pornhub. Fantastic.
Hone your design.
Oh man. So have you guys heard? I heard this. The new Zen cards are by themselves. Their integrated graphics are going to match the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Ooh.
Have you guys heard that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Like without a graphics card, just using the Zen's integrated graphics, you will play games similar to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's quite a bit of power actually.
Hey, that's
I mean, they're not the most powerful, gaming systems out there, but I mean, that's for a processor alone.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. I'm really impressed. And then like you mix that with a 10 series card, holy cow. That'd be like a beastly machine right there. Yeah. I mean, almost a year ago I was sitting there worried because the 980 and the 980 Ti and how it was running, and it wasn't very it was really power hungry. I can't think of the word, but efficient. Yeah, it wasn't very efficient. I was sitting there like, oh my god, am I seeing Moore's Law already? Like, that sucks. I don't want to see
Oh my
Moore's Law
God.
yet. And then all of a sudden, like, here we are, and the power is tripled. What in the world? What in the world? It's amazing. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Seriously. Yeah. I'm just like, what a good thing. All right, time to check my list. Unless there's actually, is there anything, AC, Joel, Mayo, anything you guys want to...
Well, I would say like school system. That'd be fun to talk about.
Sure,
Yeah,
what's
people's
up?
like it sounds like everything like person to person, like you said multiple times. But like
Right.
institutionalized school versus homeschool. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Ah, okay. I went to public school, and I met a lot of people from homeschool. But because my school had a built-in like homeschool system where you could go there to pick up homework and take some classes. So we met a few homeschool people, and the one thing that I will say that I've noticed, and again it is per person, but one thing I've noticed is, of course, their people skills are a bit lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
But not to the degree that it makes them super weird. They're just they're not as, but they're smarter. I'll tell you what. They were smarter than I was. I was like, oh, well, maybe there is something to this. You're giving away some, some people skills, but you're gaining a lot of intellect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually don't have a problem with either. My mother asked me if I wanted to do homeschooling, and I was like, no, I'd rather just stay at school, have my friends and stuff. It was a social thing for me more than it was learning. I didn't actually acquire a thirst for knowledge until after.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What about you, AC?
So like I said, I went to public school for a few years, but the majority of my schooling through high school has been private education, private Catholic education to be specific. And I'm sure we'll get into it at some point, so I won't go too deep into it. But like, there are definitely a lot of problems with the fact that the biggest problem I see is that every level of school is preparing you for the next level, whereas I think every level should be adding something to your knowledge that will help you in life.
Mm-hmm.
And like the emphasis we have on like you just need to get into college and then you'll learn everything you need to learn there is I like all school is preparing you to get into a college, and then those 4 years in college or however long it takes you to graduate.
Oh my
you learn
god,
shit
it's microtransaction.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's like sitting there like, yeah, this stuff's free, but if you want to get into the good, like the enthusiast stuff, you're gonna have to pay a little bit for that.
Exactly.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so it's I think high school especially should actually prepare you for real life. Maybe not like highly skilled jobs, but at least like real world application versus trying to send everybody off to college. And I think college, because it's receiving so many people now, is becoming more of this general education thing as opposed to like a place of higher learning where you'd actually develop really refined skills that would benefit a workplace.
I agree. Jewel, actually, are any of you guys still in school, or are you guys out of school?
Yeah,
I'm still in school.
I'm at university.
Okay. So yeah, Joel, you're probably in high school.
We don't really have middle school here in New Zealand. Basically, how it works is there's primary school, which you have until your year 8, not until your year 7, and then from year 7 to year 8, we have intermediate. That's kind of like prep for high school. Then in year 9, we have high school until year 13.
Okay, and then you're probably in
year 9.
Year 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Mayo, you're
10th grade.
10th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I've had actually a pretty good array of experiences in educational surroundings, I guess. Not surroundings, environments. Because like for the first part, let's like primary school, elementary school, it was in a public school, right? Then
okay.
So then I moved over to Louisiana from Texas, and spent 4 years in a private Catholic school. And then after I got out of that, I went to the school I am now, which is just a private school. And what I thought interesting is I think I don't know if it's radicalism or not, or just Texas being Texas. But so another Harry Potter book series, well, everyone knows that. But we weren't allowed to read that.
Never heard of it.
We weren't allowed to read it in Texas, even though it was a public school, because it contained witchcraft. And I was so pissed off. No, here's the thing. You're saying like, the strictest Catholic school in the area, which I went to, we were allowed to read it. And so
what?
Yeah, so a public school in Lake Jackson, Texas, versus a private Catholic school where they have full right not to let me read that book, and full reason not to let me read that book. It's sad. Oh, whatever.
That's a very strange thing. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Huh. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on school then?
Like I feel, like personally, I don't like the idea of institutionalized school, but I like being there, getting the friends and stuff. But honestly, I think like AC says, the school should prepare you for like real life and stuff like that. And
I definitely agree.
yeah, but
what would you think? Okay, what would you think that you should learn in high school?
I think you should learn like skills. So like, I'm not sure this is my school, but it might be other schools, like welding, woodworking, skills for manual labor, and I think if you could take more advanced classes if you wanted to, for that. And
I think North Korea has a lot of manual labor schools. If I'm
no, like I mean, like jobs that you can get out of high school, like
no, I definitely hear you.
That will pay well.
There are some really specific things that like I learned, and I was shocked when I learned other people who went to like public high schools didn't learn, and it's like something as simple as building a resume. I learned that.
Whoa!
I learned that my freshman year of high school.
I'm not learning that.
I was taught how to build a resume. I had to update my resume every single semester, and I had a one-page resume updated at any given point in my high school life, and nobody I knew at public schools even knew where to start when making a resume.
Yeah, we don't even have that at my school. I guess my school is like more of a college preparatory school, I guess. But
see, what's interesting is I had that. I actually had all of that. I had a web design. I had the resume building. We didn't do taxes or anything, but we had the woodworking and the welding class. We had all of that. So that's very strange, and I'm not sitting here trying to be like, my school's better. That's just really unfortunate that a lot of different places are lacking. I mean, it makes sense. There are certain districts that don't have the budget that other districts do. It's just really a sad thing. When it comes to college, that was where I had a problem, because it's not one of those things where it's there's just really no college for free people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For those who don't have a ton of money, and if you're white, you're pretty much screwed. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, it's even worse if you're Asian. Let's be
real.
Oh man, it's horrible.
Really?
Oh yeah. So, I'm from California, and so we call UCLA University of Caucasians Lost Among Asians. Because that's what people there will call it, and they over enroll so many that like they've met their quota and they can't accept these people anymore. So I know somebody who has a 4.2 GPA, got like a 2380, like almost a perfect SAT score, got rejected at UCLA.
Wow.
And I'm like, and I have another friend of mine who very smart as well. He got a 4.0 and he got like a 2200, and he's from Tijuana and he got accepted with a scholarship. And so like it's a lot worse for them.
Yeah, no, and it really does suck because especially I have a friend, I talked about her before, a transgender friend who she would constantly say things that were a little extreme sometimes, and one of them was that white males are privileged and they get pretty much anything they want. And I was like, I still haven't been to college. And she goes, why not? I was like, because I can't. I don't have any money. I wasn't born into a rich family. I don't have any. Through school, I could have done better, but I didn't really apply myself as much. It was a social thing for me, and I got good grades, but I didn't try as hard as I should have. So I didn't get any sort of, And then I even tried for scholarships, and they turned me down. They gave them to the black and Mexican students at my school, which I'm not angry about. I just, again, it's not privilege. And she goes, yeah, well, I bet your parents are still together, huh? And I was like, well, no.
Jesus. Barry, don't you understand? Even a homeless white person with no family
still
has more privilege than anybody else.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. It's so sad. It's so sad. But I was sitting there like, that's why. And she, to all of her credit, did list a bunch of friends who, because of being white, did have certain advantages, which I'm not saying that there isn't. But it's not all one-sided. It's actually pretty equally distributed, and it kind of sucks for everybody. I don't know why it sucks more for you or me, but no, that was my thing, and I'm still trying to get the ability to go to college because I'd really like to continue following that passion that I'm already in right now.
Nice.
I think I'd like to have myself a business one day. I think that'd be kind of cool.
You could make a Bulletbarry into kind of like LMG.
That'd be kind of cool. Or a Bass Pro Shops, a Barry's Pro Shops.
Barry's Pro Shop.
Yeah,
Oh, gee.
I'll sell some bait. That's what I'll do.
I just can't not point something out. Isn't it ironic how the so-called privileged race is the only race without a law that gives them inherent advantages? Just saying.
Yeah, but you don't realize it's because it's a given. You guys just are so effing white males. I am so sorry I just did that. Like, I regretted that instantly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as soon as I
regretted
as soon as I did it.
Oh, yeah,
I wish
so,
I was recording. I wish I was recording your audio. So
I regretted that for you.
Oh,
I'm so glad I set up 2 audio files where I have one of you guys and one of me. because
No.
Now you can't delete that.
Okay, you're sending that to me. You're sending that to me.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, you're definitely sending that to me too. Yeah, thanks for that. Actually, I am gonna say thanks for that, and I do need that because there was a moment where one of my things glitched out and I like lost some audio from you, so we'll be needing that. Well, from everybody else, because my audio went fine. It was your guys' audio that it bugged out for a second and it froze.
Weird.
But it's okay, because you have yours and we have ours, so...
Yeah, so it won't even be. Just, kind of try to just piece it together.
Oh yeah, yeah, like speaking of like you're trying to like transgender people, interesting people. I had a very interesting experience in the past 7 weeks of my life.
Okay.
So you know how in Louisiana everything flooded pretty much.
Yes.
Well, around flooding, people became homeless, right? And so we had this handyman, right? And he's a bit crazy. He's schizophrenic and he's heavily religious, and the two and two don't go together well. And so my dad saw him like walk around the street, so we picked him up, and he lived in our ping pong room. We have like a secondary garage, I guess, like a 2-car garage. And for the second car part, we had him in there for like 7 weeks, and yeah, it was not good. It was an interesting experience, but it was not good because I don't keep him like he has a mental illness, right? So like,
right.
I'm not gonna hold it against him. But like, if you got in conversation with him, he won't start talking, and sometimes it gets like really creepy. You know, he'll start talking about blood sacrifices to Jesus and things like that. And at that,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
yeah. And at that point, I leave the room, and it's really strange because like every day he eat the same thing. It was boiled chicken, green beans, bread, and water. He didn't eat them separate. He had them all together. It was like really weird. And it's like for like 7 weeks, the house smelled like boiled chicken for 7 weeks.
Why in the world did your dad do that?
I don't know. I guess he just felt bad for him or something. And yeah.
Go ahead, Joel. You said you wanted to jump in.
I technically do have a mental illness, but I don't really talk about it. And a lot of the things with a lot of mental illnesses is sometimes they just gravitate to having a routine because that's all they think they have left, and they just,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I won't pry. You're good.
Yep. Also with stuff like autism, that's a very big thing as well. Like with non-verbal autism, it's so sad for them, for their parents and shit, but they will gravitate to having a routine. Like a lot of the time, if someone with severe autism has their routine changed, they will flip shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not literally, but metaphorically.
Be clear.
Literally flip shit.
It's like go to the toilet. It's like
just like carefully too.
Yeah, I was about to say,
You just like had to wipe the ones on.
They turn around, just like grab the ShamWow, flip that thing around, and then
ShamWow.
move on. That's horrible. I feel like a jerk now. That's horrible. What kind of mood? I just what kind of mood am I
The
in?
more
today?
I think about it, the better it gets in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man. Okay. So I actually had a question I wanted to ask you guys because it's really fun, and I asked it before. If you could pick a mediocre superpower, you cannot use it to help anybody. You cannot use it to hurt anybody. It's got to be so minuscule that it's just for your own use. What would you do?
Telekinesis, but on a small scale.
How so? What do you mean?
It's like I can't move big objects, but I can move objects up to like 20 pounds.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So then, like, hard labor becomes really easy.
Yeah, and also just other things, just like moving stuff, like. Yeah. That's right now.
Okay, right on.
I'm just over
really
there.
good
I'm waiting for his
I
finish.
heard his mother walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
That what?
All right. What about you guys?
I'm not sure, really. I'd probably just go with something like, maybe just kind of. Well, same. You said it can't be to hurt anyone, and it
Right.
can't be to help anyone.
Right. It's got to be so minuscule that you could not ever use it to help or hurt. It's just one of those things that, you know, kind of makes your life a little easier or, you know, anything like that.
I probably wouldn't mind working, like, I'd probably be, like, working at, like, a decent PC store, like, or maybe, like, LMG or something. I really would love to work at then.
So your superpower would be getting a job?
Hey, well,
This
I mean,
is the goal.
well, I
This
mean,
is
in
our
this
Lord
economy,
and Savior, Linus Tech Tips.
Okay. All right. So your superpower was to get employed. All right. I like
Yep.
I
it.
mean, in this economy, it is a superpower.
That's true.
Especially
Hey, no,
in my
that's true.
country. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go on, Auckland's house prices. Wait,
This is
just
so
wait.
annoying. All right, my superpower would be when I'm walking around in public, everybody sees me wearing a hat, but everybody sees me wearing a different hat. Like it's a unique hat for each person. And only
Oh
they can see
my
it.
God. That is
Just to fuck
that
with
is
people.
something else. That is something else. I like that. Okay, I have two. I think I'd like to be able to change the color of anything. Like, you know, like one day I just don't like the color of my car anymore. There, blue. Now it's blue. Just anything. Either that, or I would like to be able to talk to people telepathically instead of like having to just talk to them. Like, let's say there's some cute girl somewhere just hanging around, and I'm just like, hey, look over this way. I can just talk to anybody.
You gotta be the little voice in their head, just like, hey, that guy over there is pretty.
Yeah,
cute.
that guy's like sexy as hell. You should go talk to him. I hear he's got a really nice voice. You should go talk to that guy. Yeah, I think that those would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll either end up in a wedding dress or a straight jacket, but I mean, that's your risk, not mine, buddy.
Oh man, I could make people go nuts with that too.
Oh yeah, you
huh?
could make people fucking think they're insane.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't use that one because I could potentially hurt someone.
Yeah.
So that one might be.
And it could
One
be.
I used before was if I had pain, like let's say I broke my back or I hurt myself or something, I could transfer it to a different part of my body, like my hair or my fingernails
hair.
or something like that. It's like, yeah, it's like, you know, I'm not feeling pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like if I could disperse it throughout my entire body, just enough so
Yeah,
that,
but-
like I just didn't feel the pain.
That would be horrible though, because pain's like the natural reaction to like tell you to
Yeah,
get the fuck
so-
away from that thing.
No. And I told, yeah, we had that. We had that. No, I'm sorry. We had that conversation before. We had that conversation before. What I had said was, what sucks is when you burn yourself, and you take your hand off the stove or whatever you burned yourself on.
I was about to use that same analogy.
You're like, ow, that sucks, but I know I've hurt myself. I don't need to feel that anymore. Go away. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Fair.
Okay, get out. I know I hurt myself. If it's horrible, I'll go to the doctor. But this doesn't need to continue hurting. I need to use this hand. I need to oh God. But you know what I mean? Like I need to
Yeah, I get it now.
not feel this crap. But yeah.
So when you were saying the thing about color, you just reminded me about something I was thinking about the other day. And just give it a chance, all right? Just think about this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's no way we can know what other people see, right? So what if everybody sees everything the same, except all of the colors are different for them, just like the way their eye receives the color is completely different, or like their way the brain interprets it, and then you were raised from a young age to think, okay, the grass is green, and you can't really describe a color aside from the color, and so like the grass is green, the sky is blue, but like when you see the sky as blue, I see the sky as your purple or something.
Right.
But we call it
No.
but we call it the same thing because we were raised like that.
No, and actually that's a very good, cuz I've heard that before and it's absolutely amazing. But there was a test. It was a tribe. There was a tribe in Africa we did a color test on, where we showed them different colors of blue and then mixed one green in there, right? And said which one is odd, which one is not the same. And they looked at it, and they could not tell blue from green.
Really?
They couldn't tell. Yeah, they could not see blue from green. And they were sitting there going, they're all the same. Every single one. And they were all different shades of blue. And then one very, very green one. We could tell. They couldn't. However, they then showed them different colors of brown and then put a black one in there. We could not distinguish. If you were to look at that picture, there was a different color of brown in there. And it was closer to black. We could not see it. I looked at that screen and was like, no, those are all the same. I experienced the same thing that they did, except every single one of them looked at it and said, that one's different. They could tell because they're around those colors more. We're more around blues and greens. They're around brown and blacks. They could tell. So yes, our color palettes are different.
That's
crazy. It's cool because it's based on where you're located more than person to person. So whether it be your purple is different than my purple and yours is actually red, that is something we wouldn't know. But I thought that test was really interesting.
I guess that means everything is African tribe to African tribe.
Oh,
I've been
that's
sitting on that
funny.
for so long.
Oh my
think-
god. Ah! What was that?
I hate myself.
Yeah. No, that's gonna haunt me.
It is. It honestly is.
It will for years.
I know. Okay, so I got one more little brain teaser for you. So it's one that a subscriber, actually, he's very intelligent. I talk to him every so often. His name is Meg Michael or Meg Mickle on Steam. I
Very
think it's Meg
intelligent
Michael.
name.
And he said this. I don't know if you guys are know of Einstein's theory of relativity.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll cover it for those in the audience who don't. Everything is relative, and I'm going to explain it like this. Let's say we were both at a meeting, you and myself, and you're sitting there, and it feels like it's dragging on for hours. However, for me, it felt like 10 minutes. That's what relativity is. Everything is relative, and it's for every single thing, too. So with this, he proposed, what if we could somehow control our own relativity and, in a way, augment our reality so that time slows down a little bit Like it won't actually slow down because the flow of time is a stuck thing. It's nothing we can control. However, what if relativity is something we could control?
Is he a scientist?
No, he's just very intelligent. He's just very
So
intelligent.
you're talking about that thing that's like time flies when you're having fun, and time crawls
Yes,
when you're
exactly.
bored. So
Exactly.
you could make time crawl when you're having fun and time fly when you're bored.
Or even just, let's say you're stuck in a scenario where let's go extreme. You're gonna get beat up. Let's say someone's gonna take you out, but because of relativity and you having the ability, of course it's not theoretically possible. At least maybe it could be theoretically possible. I don't know. But somehow having that ability to slow that instance down, so that as he goes to swing at you, you actually can see it coming. You have more response time.
Yeah, so your reaction time stays the same, but your perception of time changes, so it makes your reaction time a lot faster.
Right.
That would be fucking cool.
Because you're not even, because that's a strange. It's like another dimension to time right there.
Yeah,
It's just you. And again, it's such a weird thing to think about, because it would in a sense be you controlling time, but it's not at the same time, because again, time is not something you can personally mess with. I don't know. I just thought that was a really interesting, and I don't actually know if I did it justice explaining it the way he did, but I was just really, really intrigued, and it perplexed me a little bit, and I want to share it as much as I possibly can, because I loved it, and definitely thought it was intriguing. But yeah, theoretically, what would you guys think about that? Do you think that there is any substance to that, or do you think that that's probably just a bunch of hooey?
I mean, like, I think it's substance to it, but it's like I'm like half and a half on it,
Okay, so you like the bad kind of coffee on that then? Okay, all right, that's fine. Do you guys actually are you guys interested in the politics and all that with Donald Trump and Hillary and all
I
that?
just think
that
it's
stuff?
quite funny, actually. In all honesty.
I do not get into politics, and this is like the only time that it's been so dumb that I've actually gotten pulled in and been like, actually, this is kind of fun. I don't know if it's always like...
Politics are the Achilles heel of all of my friendships, because whenever they get brought up, I lose friends.
Oh man,
Oh.
please enlighten me.
I'm
How?
just very, very opinionated, and I take some very unpopular opinions.
Are you pro-Trump like me?
More anti-Hillary, but yes. Short answer.
I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Trump at all. I'm not pro-Trump.
I'm anti-Hillary. I don't really like Trump either, but like I'm personally a libertarian.
Yeah,
so
you call us a libertarian.
yeah. I'm a libertarian, and I'm on a college campus, and one of my two roommates is gay, which gives you an idea of his politics, and I'm gonna say it's very stereotypical. Yeah, it's fairly unpopular.
So what are your opinions that normally make you lose friends?
Mainly like what I said earlier about affirmative action. I hate that.
Right.
I take the libertarian standpoint on a lot of things, which is like government should have very limited control. There is a role for it, like police, fire departments, roads, border control, international affairs, all of that, like standing army. There are all those roles for it, but like certain things, the government takes too much control over, and I think it's like the subsidization of Planned Parenthood, affirmative action. One of my big ones is subsidizing like grain farms, which cheapens the price of grain by a lot, but it also incentivizes farmers to use most of their land for like wheat and corn and stuff, instead of like fruits and vegetables. And so since it makes those products really cheap, people in poverty tend to eat those products, and that's why people in poverty become so overweight.
Yeah.
And just a lot of things like that.
Joel, you said that you find it funny, and
Yeah.
being out of America, what is your take on this?
I think they both have some very interesting points, and I'm not really gonna take a stand for either. But it's, yeah, if I was in America, I'd probably pick Hillary, as she's probably has a lot more brain cells than Trump. Just because. But the thing with Trump is he had a very interesting plan, because what he did is he said he was going to make a wall, and that was a politics stunt. And that got him a lot of attention. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, what about... Oh, no, continue,
I
sorry.
was just going to say, I don't think, about what you said about brain cells, I don't think people give him enough credit. Like, even if you don't like the guy, I personally don't really like the guy, but, like, there's something to be said for getting more media coverage than anybody else and spending astronomically low amounts of money. There's something to be said there.
Mm-hmm. He knows what he's doing, and he's really good at it. Yeah, he is. I mean, you sit there and listen to him, and you're like, yeah, you're kind of an opinion. Oh, man, I'm gone again. Sorry about that. No, but you kind of listen to him, and you're like, yeah, you're kind of an opinionated idiot. But to get where you are, you're doing pretty good. What about you, Mayo?
I'm gonna start off with I despise politicians to start with, and I guess I'm similar. I'd say I'm a progressive libertarian, if that makes any sense. When it comes to, cause I'm all for giving people like I'm all for acceptance and blah blah blah, whatever you want, you know. But but when it comes like he said earlier, like when it comes to government interference, it should be severely limited. And I think a good example of that would be the school system and Common Core. I'm not sure if you heard about that yet.
No. I know quite a bit about Common Core.
Yeah, that whole situation, I'm not a big fan of. And
wait, Barry, you haven't heard about Common Core?
Well, okay, look. My entire life, I've stayed away from politics. Like, I've never gotten into anything like this unless it was for a school project. And only just now am I starting to understand and what goes into at least this whole presidential campaign for both of them. Because I had to study up on it for a video I did a while that I actually want to remake because I want to add some thoughts to it, called I Don't Think We Need a President Anymore. And I will talk about my stance on this in a sec, but I don't know what the right or the left believe, and I don't know much about the in-between, the green parties or anything like that. I don't particularly know much about it because I've really stayed out of it because it's just the whole thing bored me for a long time, and only till Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton did I sit there and go, this is actually a lot of fun. I don't know, these people made it interesting, and not because it's good. Like, I'm sitting here going, oh my god, one of these people is going to destroy the country and one of these people are going to make it amazing. No, I'm sitting here like, both these people are going to drive us to hell, and I love it. It's amazing. And I'm just I don't know. So yeah, I don't know about any of this, so I am learning it as we speak. So please, enlighten.
After this, if you would like to hit me up, I could give you the Political Parties for Dummies rendition of it.
Sure.
But right now, Common Core, just to give you an idea of it, 2 + 2 = 5 is correct if you can prove it. If you can provide any, and it's like not like actual proof, it's like any form of, if you can show your thought, basically, 2 + 2 = 5. And yeah, it's pretty terrible.
I don't like that. That doesn't sound good.
They're trying to bring this opinionated, argumentative kind of thing into subjects that don't hold it at all. They're trying to bring like opinion into math and science, where it's like, that's not how this works, guys. Please.
No.
Speaking of opinions and stuff, my history teacher in 8th grade, she was like, I'm not sure she's allowed to do this, but basically what she do, she tried to brainwash all of us, pretty much. Like, all she do, like, for the first 20 minutes of class was, like, just talk about her political beliefs for 20 minutes and why we should believe them.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god. Yeah, like, at the time, I didn't know this was happening. And...
Wow, that's not okay.
Yeah. And now I look back on it, and that was really shitty.
Nah, yeah, that's not a good thing to do at all.
We
See, I
need to
remember back in...
indoctrinate.
Yeah, I remember back in high school, we had a science teacher who did that. We had religious, some religious kids in the class, and he would do that all the time. He'd be like, we're today, we're gonna talk about, atoms and all this, and I personally believe that all this came from the Big Bang. You don't have to believe that, but if you do believe in God, I don't know. He said something like, "You can't prove me right or wrong," or something like that.
Yeah.
He was really pretentious about it, and I was like, "Look, some people are gonna believe whatever they're gonna believe. I don't know why you're making it a big thing."
It's like Christian stuff.
Yeah.
So my friend, he's extremely. I don't want to say extremely religious, but he's like very knowledgeable in the Bible, and I just find it really entertaining because basically our English teacher, she likes to bring up biblical references a bunch, and all he does is like destroy her corrections, and it's just like really entertaining to watch. I don't know why, because like even the smallest detail, you see him look at red face and stuff, and I don't know. It's very interesting. Like a lot of people, it's like, well, I don't know how I know so much about it, and it's like he knows it by heart. And I think it's just really interesting.
I would like to say real quick, a lot of people in the comments section, a lot of people who message me on Twitter, and a lot of people who talk through me on actually almost all of my social media. They talk through me as though I'm an atheist, which cracks me up because in my last podcast I said I've never told anyone what I was.
Yeah.
I've never said openly if I'm religious or if I'm atheist. But for some reason, all of a sudden, everyone thinks I'm an atheist. Kill that. Stop thinking that. I have not said, and I don't want anyone to know because that's not the point of my videos. It's from both sides. But that kind of cracks me up that because there was a video where I was talking about science in the Bible, and there was a comment that said, "Finally, a Christian who understands." And then there was another comment like a few lines down that said, "Finally, an atheist who knows what he's talking about." And I'm sitting there like, what the like that's what I strive for, though. That's exactly what I wanted. Then all of a sudden, I don't know where it was, but out of nowhere, people were like, "Oh, Barry's an atheist." What? I never said that. So yeah, put an end to that
How
crap.
dare they assume they're... Did they just assume your religion?
They just assumed my religion.
Those cisgender
Atheism.
white males.
They assumed his lack of religion.
Atheism isn't a religion, is it? It's not.
Atheism is not a religion. It's a lack
not.
of religion.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's an ideal, and I've studied up on many religions. I've studied up on atheism, and I love learning about all of them. I have yet to read the two books that I've yet to read are the Quran and the Book of Mormon. I still have yet to read
the Quran. That's a fun one. I've read it.
Sure.
I've read it.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
Chapter 4 is extremely interesting, I'd have to say.
Would you like to give me a rundown?
Basically, the main thing in Chapter 4 is, I might be getting the chapters mistaken, but I believe it's Chapter 4, and it's about him having intercourse / beating his wife, who at the time was, I'm forgetting the age, but it was a very, very young age. Extremely young age.
Well, good stuff. That's yeah. I got into a conversation with someone the other day who was defending a pedophile. Some guy had got caught recently in our area, and he goes, a long time ago, women got married at 13. And I was like,
There's a reason it's
well,
not
yeah,
that anymore.
in the King's Land, yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
back in Greece and Egypt.
Yeah, they give their daughters to a man at 13 or 16
I mean, Greece
was the marrying age.
Greece is still pretty sketchy. So I mean.
Yeah, and well, the problem was, a lot of those women would die in childbirth because they're not physically prepared yet to bear a child. You know what I mean? They're kids themselves. So yeah, that's stopped. I don't know why you would find a kid attractive, but I don't know. It's
Okay,
really an unfortunate
I just found it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna read. This is just from the Wikipedia thing, but Aisha was the daughter of Muhammad's close friend Abu Bakr. She was initially betrothed to some name I can't pronounce, a Muslim whose father, though pagan, was friendly to the Muslims, and she was 6 or 7 years old when she was betrothed to Muhammad.
Jeez. 7 years
6
old.
or 7.
Like, that didn't hit me, because I sat there and I went, oh man, yeah, 7, that's young. My God! Like, that hit me like a truck right after.
Oh yeah.
7 years
His
old.
friend's
imagine
daughter,
that.
who was 7 years old, he got married to.
Jeez. Yeah, that's I mean I don't know. I would have a problem with that if that were like, you know what I mean? Like if I had a religion, again, not stating it, but if I, and that was in my book, I'd be a little weary about that. Then again, you could say that the Bible does have a lot of that stuff in it, and
I mean, Mexico
weird.
has
Mostly Old Testament stuff, which is the Torah. And the New Testament kind of reformed some of that.
And speaking of like really low like ages and stuff like that, so I did some research the other day because I saw a joke about it on the internet, and apparently the age of consent in Mexico is 12. So, that's there, and
The age
my
of consent
God.
in Japan is 14.
No, I was about to say this. Go right now, Google age of consent in Japan, because the first thing that pops up, you don't even have to click on a link. It's the funniest shit ever.
age of consent on Google.
Age of consent in Japan.
It's 13, not 14.
It's not doing it anymore. Okay,
what did it do?
you see how it gives you the answer, and then there's an image just to the right of it?
Yeah. It's a map of the world. Yeah.
Oh. What in the world? Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, just go on images and search it, and it'll show and shit.
God. The world is strange.
Belgium. Wait.
God.
Oh. Jesus.
Oh man.
Barry.
Oh man. Oh God.
Oh jeez.
All right. Okay, so let's get into some better stuff than
Instead of age of consent and
pedophilia and
Something lighter.
yeah, that yeah. So I got one that's been on my mind off and on every so often. I like to chew on. There was a while ago a test done in, I think it was the UK.
Okay.
And the idea was to try to prove combined consciousness. What they had found is the monkeys in Africa were cracking nuts with rocks, right? Trying to get the nuts open, right? Whereas before they were just hitting the nuts on rocks, and it wasn't working. So they found one monkey started cracking the nut with another rock, and it broke open, and then all the monkeys started doing it. They went to Madagascar, which is an island off of
we all know
Africa.
Madagascar.
Right. And they noticed the monkeys there were doing the same thing. They were cracking the nuts with rocks. They were like, how in the world did the secluded island of monkeys know to do that? That's interesting. Is it just because they inherently learn, or is it that there's some sort of combined consciousness that link us all together? So what they did was they did this experiment to try to figure it out. They went to the UK, and they had a board full of pictures of smiley faces, and they asked an audience, what do you think, or how many faces do you see? And they broadcasted it only in the UK. How many faces do you see? And some people were getting 10, 12, 11, not many. And they ended up showing them how many there were. There were around 50. And then they go to Australia. And they noticed that people in Australia found way more than the people in the UK. They found up in the 30s and 40s. So the theory is that we have some sort of combined consciousness. Whereas when a big group of us learns something, it's something that we can actually share consciously with one another, as though we are all connected somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is quite interesting. And I was sitting there going, well, that kind of sucks because the majority of us are stupid.
Yeah. Maybe. I should have put that on my science test. How did scientists share their information with others? They have the combined consciousness. Just write like an entire essay on one line.
That'd be amazing. What do you think of that, AC?
It's definitely interesting. I don't know. What I was curious about was if there was any data on the monkeys from Madagascar before the monkeys in Africa started cracking things with rocks. Like, where were they?
I'm not sure. Regardless, even if it's backwards, it's still interesting because that island, you can't see it from the other side. So even if the monkeys on Madagascar were doing it first, the monkeys in Africa still were able to somehow figure that out.
Yeah, true. I just think like the gap in time between Madagascar and African monkeys figuring it out could have, like, if it was a large amount of time, then like you could pretty easily say it's just two separate discoveries. But if it was like really close together, that'd be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I heard it on I don't know if you guys have heard of Spirit Science. They talk about really interesting alternate theories to how the world came to be and stuff like that. And that, I think, is where I originally found that. I went and read the article. It was quite... It did kind of get me a little bit. I was like, how can we prove something like this? And how could this be used? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting if true. What is this?
It's just a Google. Straight Google.
It's just an image of Google. I don't know why.
Straight Google.
I was just writing Discord saying, "Oh, is it send the link or is it the image?"
Yeah, I was like, "What?" Okay, very nice. Yes.
You should instead of like linking all of the images, just like kind of put them on the screen and make them big out and shit.
Ah. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Yeah, I could do. That could do.
You can hit octaves I could never dream of hitting.
See, this is why he's such a good voice actor. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I could be any YouTuber I want to be. Any YouTuber. Who do you guys want to have a podcast with? You want to have a podcast with Markiplier? I'm not doing Keemstar.
And this is how the video gets flagged. All right.
Everyone, hey, everyone in
YouTube
chat.
heroes, watch out.
Everyone
the
in
heroes
chat.
will get you, man. Look out.
Let's find someone named Alex. Everyone in chat, find Alex.
Find the Alex. Oh,
Oh
God.
my god, that's horrible.
And your comment section devolves into racial slurs. Let's go.
You know what I do every so often? When I'm playing video games with my friend, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it so good now, but every so often we'll be playing games, and they'll they won't see it coming, but I'll So I was sitting there on the internet the other day, just finding some quality content. And and I stumbled upon this YouTuber named Bulletbarry.
Oh God, that would be a beautiful video.
You gotta
if
repeat
just
your age like 5
impersonated
times in
him
it.
the entire time and reacted to your own video.
Oh my god,
That
I
would
know.
be fucking gold. You should do it. You should do it, 100%. No joke.
Just pretend to be Leafy.
Yeah, get it
Pretend to be him and do a fake reaction on your own video.
Yeah, you gotta,
Oh my god.
You gotta do a little, like the cliche Leafy things. You gotta repeat your age like 5 times in it. Like this guy.
Yeah. No, because I'm 21. He's 20. So like, what's he got? A year? Like what?
I mean,
what?
it would add to the irony of it.
Hey,
though.
it's
Be like,
satire.
21
It's satire.
years
It would.
old.
It would.
Barry, it's
Yeah,
satire.
this guy's 21 years old. He's 21 years old, guys. He's 21.
This is a 21-year-old grown man.
He's a 20-year-old grown man. At least I can hide behind the fact that I'm only 20. Good going, Leafy. Good job. You know what? I get that comment all the time, though. Barry, please never turn into Leafy. I don't ever want to see you turn it. I'm like, I'm not even like Leafy.
You should do
Are
it.
serious?
You should definitely
No.
do it. Troll your subscribers.
And then another one I get when I make a video, console peasant quotes. What are you trying to be, Rags?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I am my own person, okay? My take on I didn't even see Rags' video. My take on this video is different. I don't want to be Rags anyway. And there's nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. He's just a little too extreme for me. I'm not as,
Wait.
again, nothing wrong with Rags.
When you-
Great guy.
When you say a little bit extreme, are you referring to his content or his video times?
No, his when he does his console peasant quotes and he starts talking about the person,
Oh,
he can get a little harsh with the person. Whereas I actually got a comment from the guy, what's his name, NoobTube Gamer.
yep.
I got a comment just today. Whereas he made a response video to Rags getting really mean. He said this to me. Your video and your viewers were very civil to me, and I want to thank you for that. And I said, you're welcome. And I hope that maybe perhaps we can have that debate. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be an interesting debate.
Have a great day. So like he was really cool about it. He was really civil, and that's where I'd like to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want people to get. I mean, it's cool if someone gets angry and makes a reply video. I'm not going to reply to that video because it's irrelevant. But that's the kind of thing that I'm looking for, where someone can actually sit back, and I've actually just told them that they're wrong, and they can sit back and look at that and go, you know what?
I am.
He was pretty civil about it, and he made some really good points, and he wasn't rude. That's what I'm looking for. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain thing I've noticed about that like happens to YouTubers is like as they get bigger and bigger, people start to like take everything they say and make it 100% true.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of becomes this echo chamber. And especially if they have Patreons, their Patreon, because the people who are willing to pay them money are usually the same type of people that'll take everything they say as like the word of God. And
oh my
it just
god, I
becomes-
hate that.
it just becomes this horrible echo chamber. And like that.
Okay.
That's why like I don't have too much to object you on, but like I've objected you on certain things. Like in that
Right.
one video, I mean it was a misunderstanding, but still, when I messaged you on Steam.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, get this. I feel like I'm picking on Rags. He was such a good host to me. And he was so kind to invite me on his on his podcast, and I'm sitting here being a jerk. But it was when it was the first time that I got into his Discord, and I was in his supporters group, and someone was talking. I wasn't talking. I was actually just waiting for Rags to jump me up into his podcast section.
Yeah.
But the kid, I don't know if it was a guy or girl. I guess it really doesn't matter. But I'm gonna say she, because she sounded like a girl, and she was saying the other day, Rags, he retweeted my tweet, and it was the greatest feeling. I felt like I was on top of the world. Like everything was just, my day was beautiful, and when, I mean, that in itself is fine. It was the thing she said, she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he noticed me." It was something like that. And I became instantly afraid. And it wasn't because I was talking to Rags or anything like that. It wasn't because all of a sudden I was going to be talking to the guy that she was swooning over. It was because I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, I don't want this to happen. I am literally just a human being like everybody else. And I do not even see myself, I don't see myself as a celebrity YouTuber. I don't see myself as a YouTuber almost at all. I'm just a guy who makes videos. So that scared me, because I was like, there are people out there who will get that way, and I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, at any time, if anyone messages me on Twitter or Discord, I want them to be able to just talk to me as though I'm some guy they met online. That's it. You know?
So bad.
It's just it was a scary thought. No, you're fine. I don't know why I was so traumatized by it, but I like instantly I was like, oh my God, no, please. But again, nothing bad towards Rags. Great guy. I want to make that clear. I felt like I was picking on him there for a second. I'm not. He really is awesome. But Joel, please continue. You were gonna say something.
So how long were you designing your own thumbnails? Because I can't really.
What do you mean?
You said that you have a person that designs your thumbnails.
Yes.
And how long were you designing your own thumbnails? Like, when did he come in and design them for you?
I was designing my own thumbnails for about until 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh.
Best software out there.
Yeah.
For graphic design, you know?
Yeah. Right on. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, the guy who does it is actually really, really good at it, and he doesn't make. This is what I really appreciated. Is they're not clickbaity thumbnails. Yeah. There was a guy who wanted to make me thumbnails before, and he made them super clickbaity, and I was like, dude, I'm not really into that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks great. It's just really not my channel.
Yeah, like the boobs and the red circle and the arrow pointing to it.
It almost was almost that bad. Yeah, I was like, he goes, no, I'm doing it to make you views. I was like, that's not why I'm on YouTube though. I'm not on YouTube to get views. I just want to share my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want my videos to stay relevant, almost like a TV show. That's where I want to model my videos around. You know. So, yeah. So that didn't particularly work out, and it sucks saying no to people because they get a little, you know. It sucks saying no. But yeah, I'd definitely like to see, you know, if you got any thumbnails, you could definitely do. I could send you a list of thumbnails that I want done that are from the past that I'll probably never get done, so I could have you work on that. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Anyone else want to do manual labor for free? Anyone else? I'm open to it.
God.
Oh, man. No, I hear ya.
Yeah.
Say if you're
And
good at something, never do it for free. And that's why I don't get paid to do anything.
Aww.
Yay, self-confidence.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes me feel bad about my previous voice acting things then.
Oh.
So I was doing
Wait,
all those for free.
Speaking of voice acting, how's that game coming along?
I just got, thank you so much for asking. I just got an email today. He sent me a face rig and asked me to voice a line for the face rig and see how it fits together, and then voice my own line. I don't know if he said I could share that or not, but I might share that if he said it was okay. I'll probably upload it to my channel and let you guys see that. But there are certain secrets in the game that I will not disclose that pertain to me and my channel that I'm really, really thankful for. I love the developers behind this game. They're amazing. And they actually said, send us in a line, anything you want, and we will face rig it for you. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So I get the face rig and everything. And it's just, I don't know if you've ever seen these before, but the test models, they're nothing but a head, right?
Yeah.
And then they say words, right? So the line I sent him was, where's my body? I'm nothing but a head. That's what I sent him.
Nice.
So I hope he appreciates that. But yeah, it's going pretty well, and hopefully the trailer comes out soon, and the game should be released in 2017 or late 2017, something around there.
Right. So, do you know if you're going to be a main character or not?
From what I know, I'm the lead character.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the character you play as.
Okay. So you're the what's it called? The
Protagonist?
Yeah, protagonist.
Yep. That's should be the protagonist. I don't know, anything's subject to change. But yeah, as of right now, I am the protagonist, yes. Which is really cool. It makes me feel really special.
Nice.
Yeah. And again, I love these developers. They actually they worked on the first game that I ever played on PC. They worked on Primal Carnage.
Oh, did?
That was the first game that I ever played on PC.
Nice.
So it's really is a small world that I got into this with them.
Yeah.
That's really fucking cool.
It is really cool. It is. Like I try not to you know, toot myself a little bit, but when people ask about it, I'm like, and I'm getting paid for it. No, like I mean, it's fun. It's a passion. I love it. I do. I love it. I really do. It's a lot of fun. Let's move on before my head gets ginormous.
A little too late for that, but let's keep going.
What
kidding,
is
man.
this?
Joel, what did you send me?
Oh my
What?
god.
Is this?
Oh god.
Oh.
Can we even link to this?
Yeah, we can. Oh man.
It might get age restricted, kid.
Oh, you left the blur it out.
I don't think I get age restricted for like a link in the description.
No, it won't. It won't.
All right,
I might just link that one in the description, but that one's, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that exists, and I've experienced it, so that was fun.
Just think about it. Somebody spent a reasonable amount of time of their life making this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, probably a good 15 minutes. Yeah. I could make it better.
You could do a lot in 15 minutes, man.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
A lot more productive stuff than
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
This image is great, though.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You won't have to censor this.
Alright.
Oh jeez.
And if you look closely, it says 4K 144 FPS.
The teraflops. The teraflops.
Are they throwing potatoes at each other?
Oh my
They're
god.
throwing potatoes at each other.
I thought it was brown raisins for a second.
Brown
That doesn't make
raisins?
sense. Hey, you know, they come in all colors.
What if you labeled the ones on the left PS4 and the ones on the right Xbox One, so it's like the petty console squabbles? Just throwing potatoes at each other.
Jeez. Oh, jeez. All right. So I've given quite a few different interesting topics. It's your guys' turn. I don't think you guys have actually got. This is your podcast, and here I am taking it all over.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a good discussion.
If you guys have any questions, like for myself, for my channel, or opinions or anything like that, that's cool too. I anything you guys want to talk about. Not hinting towards anything, but like seriously, if, nothing's
can
off
you
table.
make this as your AVI for a day?
No. Oh God.
Oh.
Scared.
Like,
Oh.
is taking away permissions an option? You have found the line and
So
you have crossed it, my friend.
I think we should stray away from the lewd images and
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
You ought to just
The
fuck
fact that someone took this picture.
the fact that he set it up.
Why does he have like? Oh my God.
That.
What if he
Ali. Wait, no, he got some trigger discipline. It might be fat finger or trigger discipline. I can't see yet, but it's one of the two.
Hey.
Maybe it's for one of those like old school duck hunting games.
No. Look closer.
I don't wanna.
What if
Oh,
we
that's
spend?
awful.
All I see is pixels.
Pexels.
What if we spend 20 minutes talking about these images and then you just link none of them? So everybody's just like, what the
Oh,
fuck are they
no.
talking about?
I'll bet you.
That would
No,
be
I'll bet
so
you that
funny.
happens. This happened a million times before. I'll bet you someone says, Barry, what images? And I gotta go in and be like, ah, crap, hang on. Yeah, I always forget. Like, that's the worst. I'm the worst at that. And yeah, I'll try to not forget.
At least all the images we're looking at are like in the Discord, so you have like the history.
Yeah. It'll be easy enough. So I just got my console gaming friend. He plays on the PlayStation 4, right? And I asked him the other day, do you want to try out VR, right? He goes, yeah, sure, I'll give VR a try. It's kind of like just a gimmick, but yeah, I'll. So I invite him over to my friend's house. We're playing some VR, and I was like, what do you think? And he goes, so I just decided to replay Dark Souls 3. That game's crap. Every game I own is garbage. I want VR. And I was like, yeah? You supposedly can get it on PlayStation. He goes, I don't want the PlayStation VR. I want this VR. I started cracking up because I'm going halvesies with you. I hope you know you're buying me one. I was like, sure. Yeah, okay. All right. So we actually do have a plan to get one together. But yeah. So if you want to convert your console gaming friends, I didn't even mean to do it. He just he wants VR now. So try that. Give that one a shot. What do you guys think of VR actually? Have you guys tried it yet?
No, sadly.
Seriously?
I
about you,
have
AC?
tried VR. I've tried Oculus and I've tried the HTC Vive.
Which one do you like better?
I personally like the HTC Vive better. I feel like it controls a lot nicer.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much anyone who's tried both says the same thing.
Yeah.
It offers more to the consumer. Yeah. It's good.
Oh jeez, I just realized something. I need to find my phone case.
My cousin my cousin has a Vive, I think.
You really should give it a shot. It's amazing.
Alright.
It really is. Like, I thought the same thing, that it was a gimmick, but it's
Yeah.
really not. It's like a whole new way to play. It's insane. I don't know. It's like, you know how when you get a really good video game and you play it and you're like super immersed into it? But you know how it can take a while to get immersed into it? As soon as you put that headset on, you're not in this universe anymore. You are in a new universe, and it's instant immersion.
It's really fucking cool.
No, it is. It's awesome. Like, it doesn't matter what graphic settings you're playing at, too. You can play on lowest settings. It doesn't matter. That is your world, and it's real to you. It's amazing. I personally love it. It's amazing.
I really
Wait,
want an HTC
how much does a Vive
but
cost?
It's so expensive.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. $800.
It's so expensive.
Jesus.
And you have to have a computer that runs it.
Oh, yeah.
Can 1070 run it?
Oh,
yeah.
definitely, dude.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anything above the 970 will run it.
So,
Or what? Wait,
So-
what's the RM? What's the AMD's card that'll run it to? Was it the
RX 480.
Yeah, no. Four. Is it the 4? I thought it was the 3. I thought it was the 390. Is it 390? I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. I have no idea. But yeah, AMD's equivalent of the 7 or the 970 and above. Yeah, it's awesome.
Hey, what do you call one NVIDIA card? Single SLI. What do you call one AMD card? Unplayable.
That's horrible.
I'm kidding.
That's not even true at all.
I know. I'm just joking. Just trying to start fights where there don't need to be any.
Yeah, there. Oh, you know who does that all the time?
Leafy.
The No.
The No? Oh, okay.
I don't like the No.
The thing is, I really like Rooster Teeth, but I don't like the No at all.
I don't like the No.
I don't like the
all.
No.
Like, I don't like them at all. Like, even if they're being, I don't know if they're being serious or they're joking around, but regardless, they're starting fights for no reason, and that just irritates me.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I agree.
Yeah. Rooster Teeth cracks me up, though. Yeah, I like Rooster Teeth. Yeah. I don't watch him that much, but...
I don't watch them too much anymore, but occasionally I'll go watch some of their stuff, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, his series on, what is it? Where he gets mad at video games. What's that called?
Oh, I think it's. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it.
I can't think of what it's called. It's a Rage Quit.
Oh, Rage Quit.
Yeah, Rage Quit. That's pretty good. It was good for a while. Like, there comes a point where you can tell he's faking it now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, he gets really mad really fast all of a sudden. You're like, dude, it used to take you up to like 80 levels before you got this angry, but it's like level 1 and you're upset. Yeah. He's still every so often I'll binge that series.
I like some of their sketches. Like, when I'm really bored, I'll go watch like the $1 Million Butt series. I think it's pretty funny.
I have not seen those. Who is your favorite YouTuber?
My favorite YouTuber?
Wait, no. Everyone say it at the same time.
No, don't say it at the same time.
I don't know though. Wait. Let me go to my YouTube, and see, like, a list of who I'm subscribed to, and then I'll pick.
My favorite YouTuber is on this chat.
Aw.
It's that Mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out my cringy 7th grade YouTube channel.
Dang right. Hey, that's my favorite YouTuber.
God.
Oh man, that's good.
I'd say mine is Jim Sterling.
I love Jim Sterling. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He cracks me up. Like, I love his cynicism and
the copyright deadlock.
Oh man, no, that was good. I just love how he does not care. Like, he's so pretentious, but as a joke, that is the best. Like, I almost want to like put on that persona, but then I'm like, no, I'm already, I'm myself. I'm just gonna be myself. I don't want to do that, but they do it so well. He and Killian Experience. If you have not seen Killian Experience, he's amazing as well, and he does the same thing. But he takes video games and does reviews on them. Like, what was cool, he did this with Batman Arkham Knight. It was hysterical. He goes, see, Batman Arkham Knight it's a really short game, but the cool thing is there's this Easter egg where if you download a certain program, you can actually get past the first cutscene and play hours more of the game. That killed me. I was like, that's awesome. Yep. That's good.
The 3 YouTubers I watch the most are Sargon of Akkad, Filthy Frank, and Barry. Honestly.
Papa Bliss.
Yay! I'm happy.
And then of course I watch every video game donkey video whenever he chooses to release one of them, because they're fucking great.
What about you, Mayo?
I mean, for me, Well, I used to be Max Mofo, one of my favorite ones, but he doesn't post anything anymore. So, I mean, like, I'm not sure if I really have any favorites, to be fair.
Okay. Yeah. I'd say my favorite channels are Killing Experience, Jim Sterling, and iDubbbz. He has been really cracking me up recently.
Yeah.
Like, he's so... I don't like to say it. I don't like to say this word, but it actually does describe his channel. He is cancerously cringy. Not cringy. Cancerously edgy. And I love that. Because he does it on purpose.
I've actually met iDubbbz once in person.
Really?
Yeah. That's
awesome.
He was in a very there's this place in San Diego called Old Town, and if anybody knows about that, it is a fucking giant tourist trap.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw him walking around there. I said hi, and that was that.
Huh. What did you say? Did you say hi, iDubbbz, or did you call him by his name?
I yelled Ian, and he turned around because I saw him, and yeah.
Nice.
I just like, hey, your videos are awesome. Keep up the good work. I didn't like hold him too long.
Yeah. See, what I like about not having a face reveal or nobody really knowing what I look like the majority of people don't know. And I've said before, if you want to know what I look like, I'm on the internet. I don't care if you go and look me up. But what's cool about that is if I were ever invited to some YouTube get-together, or if I was out in public where a bunch of my subscribers were, nobody would know. I love that. I think that's really awesome, because I could just be sitting there and someone's like, well, what are you doing here? Like, are you, why were you invited to this YouTuber get-together? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm nobody special, just some guy who watches YouTube and decided to spend $1 billion to get in here, so that's it. Yeah. I wouldn't tell nobody. I'd wait for someone to recognize my voice. I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, Joel, what about you? We listed our 3 favorite YouTubers.
3 favorite? Yeah. The first would probably be Linus Tech Tips. Second probably would be Barry. And third, I'm not sure. It'd be kind of something either between Rags, Austin Evans, or Jay's 2 cents.
Okay.
Jay's 2 cents is the person who showed me how to build a computer. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good tutorials, actually. He's a really helpful guy. There was a video that he did that actually helped me a lot, too, and I can't remember. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. I used him in... What was it? It was... I didn't use him, but I talked about one of his videos that he made where his 5-year-old daughter built a PC all by herself. I loved that, because it really showed how easy it was to build a computer.
Yeah.
Linus has a video where he does it with his 3-year-old son, and that's saying something.
Linus is a father?
Yes, he's married.
Linus is straight?
Yes.
What? I guess I don't know Linus that
just
well.
Shattered my worldview, man.
I'm so sorry. Well, no.
If there's any hardcore Linus fans,
No. I'm so sorry. No,
normal.
Okay. I have a friend who has a crush on Linus, and my friend is gay, right? And the way Linus
iDubbbz gay or
no, I don't know if is okay. Hang on. We're gonna get to one thing at a time because I don't even know if iDubbbz is really gay. I think that's a joke, right? Is that a joke?
iDubbbz
It's
is
a
definitely
joke.
Right.
straight.
So he's not really gay.
he's-
Okay, but the way Linus talks, his voice, and he's really flamboyant. So I was like, okay, so he's probably, I didn't know. How am I don't get involved in YouTubers' lives. Is the
What
thing.
it was for
I
me
just
is
watched
that,
their videos. I didn't. Well, and I don't particularly watch iDubbbz, Linus that much. Only when I want to learn something. So I didn't see that video. But yeah, so your world's blown apart, and so is mine, because I didn't know that he was married. I didn't know he had a son or a daughter. Son.
From
Son.
from
Oh no, son and daughter.
And I didn't
actually.
know that he was straight.
for me, it's every sentence he does that intone, the tonation change where it's like you're asking a question, and it's like just a statement.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that. That's what kind of threw me off.
Yeah. Because his voice can get pretty high. He's a little, yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that. His voice is actually kind of nice. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I just didn't know. It's one of those people I didn't know. You know whose voice I absolutely hate? And I don't want to be a jerk here, but I can't watch his videos because I actually hate his voice.
Austin Evans?
Matt Pat. The guy who does the game theory.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. His game theories are actually really well thought out. They're really, really well made, and they're well put together. I can't stand his voice. I can't listen.
Okay, now what you can do is you can download the video,
Yeah.
go into Sony Vegas, and slow it down.
Yeah, but like this.
That will deepen his voice.
So much work just to listen to a video. See what I do, because my brother doesn't care. He just watches it and then tells me. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But my brother, you know what my brother says? It cracks me up. He goes, so I just watched a game theory video. I was like, yeah. He goes, those are the only videos where I watch where because of his voice, I actually go a lot. Because I feel like all he needs to do is just sniffle a little bit and he'll be okay. I'm like, oh God, I know. He sounds congested all the time. I don't know. And I don't hate the guy. Like, his content, again, is really good. But his voice, it just hurts me. I don't know why. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
I have that recorded.
No, I'm so sorry.
Now I just need to find Matt Pat's private email, and he hates Barry.
Oh no, I'm done. It's over. It's over.
You're getting sued by Matt Pat.
Okay, since he already hates you, here's what you have to do.
Okay.
Next game theory video he uploads, take it, re-record it, start to finish with your voice, re-upload it, watch the cash roll in.
That's so scummy.
He already hates you though, because you just did that impression of him. So don't worry about it.
That's so scummy. I'm telling you, like, even if I got him into a podcast or I started talking to him or something like that, I think I'd be totally fine. It's just, I don't know. I think he could do well with adding a little more, like, because what I learned, and this...
He sounds prepubescent to me.
What I learned to do to make your voice sound a little bit sexier, you can do this, at home. Try it at home, kids. It's safe. Add a little more air to your voice when you breathe out or when you talk. Add a little more air. No, not like that. But like, okay, so let's say if you're talking nasally, you're kind of talking like this.
Thing's over.
Now, when you push that air out, you let a little more go. There's a little more flow.
That's
like this. Oh my God! We're done.
How do you
We're
like
done.
that, big boy?
Wait, can you say something in that voice for me?
What do you want me to say?
I like it when you touch me in those places.
I am not saying that to a 13-year-old kid.
You will not put words in my mouth, but you can put other things.
I can put other things in words in your mouth.
No! What did this turn into?
You did.
All right,
you did
everybody.
say it was our podcast.
All right,
you
everybody.
did say it was
so
our podcast.
It's been
I think Barry should ASMR videos.
It's been an hour and 52 minutes. Seems like it's time to stop there.
Alright.
Actually, what I always like to do, and I've said it before, what I like to do is each of us tell a story before we take off.
All right, somebody go first. I need to think of a good one. I've done a lot of dumb shit in my day, so I just
Bacon bad.
it's not a lack of stories. It's too many stories to choose from.
I hear ya. Yeah, no worries. Any story you want.
I got one. All right.
Okay.
So this is a story how I accidentally signaled the Coast Guard. So basically, what happened? So I was in Dolphin Island, Alabama, and I had a flashlight. My friend Carter was like, "Hey, Michael, check this out. This is how you do an SOS with a flashlight." I said, "Point it to my face like an asshole," and did it to me. And so I went up. We had like a little fishing pier in the rental house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we went up to the end of the pier, and I started flashing it. And I thought, oh, okay, make just flashing this to flash. And so then all of a sudden I see this big old spotlight flash back at me immediately. And at that point I was like, okay, it might have just been a coincidence, right? Ships that big lights, they might spin around or some shit, I don't know. So I shrugged it off. But then also I see little lights coming closer and closer to our pier. At which point I went inside and yeah. That was pretty stupid of me.
Dang. All right.
I don't have one yet. I need to think of one.
All right.
I'm trying to think of one. Do you have one, Barry?
Yeah, actually, I could tell one. I'm actually gonna let you guys pick. Okay, so because I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. So I can tell you guys a couple stories from my new job, or I can tell you about the time my brother got a virus, or I can tell you about one of the dumbest things I've ever done,
Okay.
PC wise.
We need you to clarify the type of virus. Are you talking about like an STD or?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that one then.
No. No.
You have my attention.
With my brother. Okay. So yeah, I will be telling this story.
Wait, did you give your brother a virus?
No. I will be telling this story on YouTube one day. So if you guys hear it again, this is gonna happen. But I get this comment every single time, like, did you tell that story twice? Yes, I did.
Why? That's how you already told the story.
So my brother comes into my room one day and he goes, "Hey Barry, Google is not Google." And I was like, "What? What? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean Google's not Google?" He goes, "It's some weird site called Surf Safely." I was like, "Oh, I know what happened. Okay, it's just adware. I'll go remove it." So I go into his room and I get on his computer and I change Chrome, and set it back to Google. I exit out and I go find Surf Safely in his programs and I delete it. I restart his computer and I was like, there, should be fixed. And I walk back into my room. Well, he comes and gets me and he's like, hey, it's not Google still. I was like, what? Wait, no, that should have fixed the problem. So I go back in there. Surf Safely is back in his control panel and Surf Safely is still his default browser. So I was like, okay, well, it made a nest, so I'm going to have to go find it. So I go in through his program files, I go in through the x86, I go all over and I find it. And it named itself a weird folder, but I found it, I deleted it, I then removed it from the control panel and from Google again. Restart the computer, and it comes back up again. And I was like, does it have a second nest? That's nuts. This sucks. Whoever programmed this virus was actually really smart. And I was actually a little impressed. So he says, well, what can we do? I was like, oh, this is easy. I just got to find the other nest. So I go back where the first nest was, and I go to delete it. Error, you cannot delete this file. You need admin privileges. I was like, excuse me? What do you mean I need admin privileges? I am the admin. I go into the admin settings. I'm no longer admin. There's a new host. So it took that away. And I was like, oh no. So I could no longer delete it from the control panel. I could no longer delete it from the file. And I could no longer delete it from Chrome. So I was essentially screwed, which really sucked. And I was like, so what we could do is we could find the multiple nests that it's laid, give you back admin privileges, and try to destroy them all. Or we're going to reinstall your OS. And he's like, okay, we'll do that. So I reinstall his OS. I get it all fixed. This took about a day. Like, this took a full day to do, right? We get it all figured out. Virus is gone. And the funniest part is every time David comes into my room, or he goes, hey, I want to download something, or hey, I found a virus or something like that, I always go, hey Dev, surf safely, buddy.
Oh, that's funny. Now, see, you could have just done this just by installing Malwarebytes.
No, Malwarebytes couldn't find it. We had Malwarebytes.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a really, really hardcore virus. I couldn't believe. I was like, whoever made this was actually really intelligent. So if you guys want to run a really good virus, download Surf Safely. A lot of fun.
I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind finding the source code for that.
Well, actually, I have a friend who does that. Instead of playing video games, he comes home, he goes home and downloads viruses and then beats them, and that's his fun.
Surfsafely.com.
Oh God, please
do it.
I understand. I have disabled my ad blocker. Let me in. Nope.
All right. So I know what story I'm gonna tell.
Sweet.
And Barry, like, we all know you worked at Walmart, and so you might be able to relate to this a little bit because it has to do with idiotic customers at a place. So
Sweet.
When I was in high school, I worked at a Cold Stone Creamery. And it was in that place I was telling you about earlier that was the giant tourist trap. And if you've ever been to San Diego, you'd assume most of the tourists would be Mexican. That's not true at all. The majority of the tourists in San Diego are Asian. And of course, every day I'd have the discussion with customers because we didn't have a bathroom. So they'd be like, can we use your bathroom? No, we don't have a bathroom. And like, they would try to argue it. It was kind of weird, but we had an employee bathroom nobody was allowed to come into the back and use. And that was like the most I'd ever experienced with a customer.
Right.
Until one day, I hear the door open and like the little bell thing goes off, and I'm just sitting in the back on my phone, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go help the customer. So I go and I get these spades out of the sink that I need to mix the ice cream. I walk to the front, and I'm like getting ready to help somebody, and when I get to the front, there is a very small Asian elderly woman standing on top of the counter right next to the cash register.
What the heck?
Peeking her camera around the corner, trying to take photos into the back of the Cold Stone. And I had no fucking clue what to do. Right? So I somehow got her to get down, and she just left. And I thought, like, that was really weird. Like, thought nothing of it. The next week, it happens again with a different, I think it was an Asian man this time, but he got all the way into the back. So he was back where the servers are supposed to be, taking pictures of the equipment.
What
and
the heck?
It happened like 4 or 5 times while I worked there. I have no idea. And it was all Asian tourists. And I don't know what it is, but they take pictures of everything. I don't know why.
What in the no way.
I swear, it was the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life.
No. Your business was part of the FBI, and those people were like Korean intelligence or something. That's holy cow, dude. That's the strangest thing.
Our freezer was secretly a stairway to an underground laboratory that they were trying to gain access to. I might have left that part out.
What a weird thing.
It was a very, very weird thing.
Have all of you seen Stranger Things?
I've seen the first two episodes.
I have not.
Barry?
No.
If you haven't seen Stranger Things, either watch it on Netflix or watch it on the Pirate Bay.
Okay.
So good. Well, we can't really watch it on the Pirate Bay, but
I'm gonna find a way to stream it on the Pirate Bay.
So where are you going with this?
Yeah, where are you going?
Okay, so you know how he said it's a secret stairwell?
Yeah.
So instead of having those monsters, they're all covered with dildos. Those dildos squirt toxic gases.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Why?
I don't understand where
That's what they're investigating. And those Asian tourists were really the FBI. and they are trying to get even more information about those little dildo creatures.
Okay, so who has not told a story?
Joel.
Me.
Okay.
Joel.
Okay, so this was a long time ago. This was a few years ago where I didn't really know that much about PCs.
Okay.
So basically, assume I didn't have administrator permissions on my old PC.
Mm-hmm.
I had to download like Skype Portable and stuff. And believe it or not, one of these got a rat on my PC. And I was shitting myself. Well, not a rat, but what it did is it basically was like adware, and it just like kept popping up random things.
Right.
And I was like, and I went to my dad to help, and I was crying and shit. I was so scared and shit. I didn't know what to do. Then I literally just did a boot scan of a Vast, and it was good.
That's funny. Like that cracks me up because it reminds me of like when I was playing on GameCube. It's such a tiny thing that can scare you. I was playing on GameCube and I was playing Super Mario Sunshine, and that squiddly, or not squiddly, but you know what I'm talking about, the giant squid thing that you had to fight. I don't know if you played it.
Yeah.
That thing actually scared me to a point where I ran to my father and cried, and I was like, "You beat it. I can't beat that thing. That thing's scary." I was legitimately like, I'm not playing with that thing. I won't. And I just sat there and let it kill me. I was like, Dad, you beat it, please. And he did. And I was like, thank you. Now I can play again. I couldn't. And it's funny because like small things like that. And you look back now and you're like, I could have easily taken care of that virus. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Like, whenever I get a virus, I literally just reformat Windows because I love reformatting Windows. It's an addiction.
That's a weird addiction, dude.
It's my strange addiction.
All right.
I mean,
I just
let's be
love...
real, it's still healthier than the woman who eats her. own
That's
mattress.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
At least I'm not like,
You're also
I don't
not
even know what I was
fucking
gonna
your
say.
car, So
That escalated quickly.
that's the only thing in my life that brings me solace. Is like whenever I'm feeling bad about myself, I'm like, at least I don't fuck my car.
Yeah.
Or any of your relatives.
Yeah.
Just say,
Because that's just as
whenever
bad,
you feel
if not
down,
worse.
you say that to yourself. and
Sweet
you're
home
feeling great again.
Alabama.
Sweet home and my sister.
Oh no. What
Alrighty.
was that? Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, then please be sure to like it and subscribe.
Don't do it.
See you in the next one.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, don't do any of that. I'd actually like to sincerely thank you guys for coming on. Always fun. This was one of the most difficult podcasts I tried to set up because everyone's from a different area, and trying to get all the schedules set up was like, I actually didn't know if we were going to be able to do it today, and I was scared. But anyway, go ahead and say goodbye, guys.
All right, bye.
That's it.
Goodbye. If you need some sick-ass designs, then just $25 PayPal, and yeah.
Oh, is this
very nice.
shameless plug time? That's my favorite time.
My favorite time is 9 o'clock.
Bye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.